This video is going to talk about something a little different, which is importing music from your computer into your keyboard. What you can do with the keyboard is you can import MIDI files. Now you can obtain those in a couple different ways. The best way is to create your own, and the program I like is Noteworthy Composer. And basically what I do is just take the sheet music and sort of just transcribe everything I see into this program, and then I have everything exactly how it's supposed to be, and I can change the instruments of each staff to whatever I want and save this as a MIDI file as an output. So you just basically copy each staff, and then you can add little extra things, like I added these string notes up here because I know they'll sound really good. It's basically like the same way you build a song up on your keyboard with all the different tracks, but you're building them in here on sheet music first. So it takes a very, very long time, but it can give you total control over the end result. And so after creating this, basically this playable version of the sheet music, I can output this as a MIDI file, and then I can send that MIDI file to the keyboard. Now you can go and just Google for MIDI files, but be warned that there's a lot of them that are going to be in very old websites, like beginning of the internet type looking sites, because these are not common everyday files to download anymore. Like if I wrote Beatles Midis, I'm talking real old type website looking stuff here. Like look at this, it's like, oh my gosh, they have an animated GIF type of thing. And a lot of times the sound can be really, really pitiful. You might find a good one here and there. So it could be worth checking out, looking and downloading some MIDI files, but it should be done cautiously, because these are very old sites. You may not find what you're looking for. They may end up sounding bad. It's sort of a shot in the dark when you're just trying to download free ones. You can go to Yamaha's MusicSoft website, and here you can go to digital pianos. Let me find. Basically, you select your keyboard. So I have the YPG, and I'm gonna look at Midis. Okay. I don't know why it just ignored me. Let's try that one more time because it didn't actually take what I had. So let's do it one more time on this page. We'll say YPG-235. Show me only what's compatible with my keyboard. And now we see all the ones from the website, and this is really good because now you can just download these. They'll cost you a little tiny bit, a couple bucks, but these are real good sounding. Let's look at the Beatles again. Not even that big of a Beatles fan, but it just seems to be the go-to. So let's see here. So you can actually download some of their sheet music too from here. Reasonable prices, not too bad. Let me just see the MIDI songs. And these are, let's see here. And let's look at this one here. So you can then purchase that, and that's one of the more costly ones actually. And you'll download it for the specific keyboard. Here, let's try it. I'll show you what to expect. You'll see down here, and it'll say, for your instrument, we've recommended this one below. So they recommend this. And then you would just basically add it to the cart and pay and download it. And I really am just starting messing with these Midis. What I can tell you with the music that I do, like a little disclaimer here, if I do a MIDI as my background or anything, I'm gonna put something in the description or in the video itself and say that I did that. I can tell you right now, 100% truth, I have never used a MIDI background before. Everything that you've heard me on the channel up to this date has been created 100% solely by me. Me playing and recording tracks and layering them however with the computer or the keyboard, but never anything downloaded or using of a MIDI. I think I'm probably going to do a video just like something called like Random Demo 2 or something, and that'll probably be the first time I use some MIDI background tracks. But I'll definitely say when I'm using them, so you know what I've created completely on my own or what I've used, downloaded. So the next thing you would do though is you would open the software. Remember that little CD that the your keyboard comes with, the Yamaha's? That comes with Music Downloader. So you open this software after everything's been installed correctly. Okay, the flash drive. Now, this is like one of the most annoying limitations of this. I know I did that whole other video of all the limitations talking about the 32 notes, how that didn't bother me. This one is an issue with me. You get a whopping 373K. That's like unheard of. That's ridiculous. That's so low. A floppy disk had more room on it than this. So I don't understand that. I don't get it. I don't know why there's that little amount of room on the flash drive of the keyboard. So that basically limits you to very few amount of songs, maybe 5 or 6. But you import it there, and then you click move, and then it asks you, are you sure? And then it sends it over to the keyboard. But it's just such a strange thing to have that little amount of space available on the YPG-235. So now that this is imported, what that allows us to do is play the MIDI right on the keyboard and play along with it. So we've got all that backing audio, all that backing tracks, all these layers are all going to be represented, the drums and everything. So basically, by doing this, if you just download one, you're set to go so much quicker than building up all the layers yourself in the keyboard. If you build one like I did in a MIDI program, it takes an incredibly long time, so make sure it's a song you'll want to play forever. But once that's on there, then you can play that song and perform that song and just play along with it with the full backing that you would get. And if you like I said, with downloading from their website, you get so many bands. They've got so many songs. I really just kind of discovered their site. I knew it existed, I just didn't care. I figure I'm going to play everything myself. Well, this seems kind of fun, and I'm going to end up wasting too much money on it. But it seems fun to really get the songs totally, all their backup instruments and the bridges are played and everything's perfect, and all you're doing is you're playing the lead. It's really kind of cool. Alright, so now let's actually play this, and I'll play it live, and we'll capture the audio live with the microphone out here, so it's not being fed through the computer or anything like that. It's just being caught on the microphone, coming out of the speakers. And we'll hear how this sounds to play along with something that was built on the computer then imported over.